Yo, kia ora everyone. Thanks for joining us on our week 1 predictions of the Rugby World Cup with the MahiDogs. You got Kai 9 and Renman 10 here. We're going to go through a list of matches from week 1, what we think our predictions are for the rest of the World Cup, who's going to take it out, and maybe we'll go a little bit in depth into some of the major teams' squads going into week 1. And yeah, if there'll be any upsets like there was in the last Rugby World Cup, I'm hoping there will be. I don't know if it'll be Japan again, but hopefully I hope one of the Pacific Island nations will cause an upset, like after all the outroars that have happened lately.
Oh,
Benjamin Armstrong, kia ora, brother.
what's up, breather?
Shot for watching the stream, shot for sending us a message. Much appreciated, bro. We always like everyone messaging and commenting towards us. We'll try and interact with you guys as much as we can over the stream. But yo, za.
Are we just going to give it a couple?
Yeah, give it a couple seconds, have a look at.
So this is our first. Podcast. This podcast is sponsored by.
Or one day sponsored by the.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, someone sponsor us, go.
Bro, come on. Make someone give us some money.
Hard.
Give us some money to promote your stuff. We'll be keen. Alright, we'll do anything.
Or give us the stuff, at least. Alright.
But yeah,
Young share as well.
yeah, my name is Kai9. Was Kaiton. Was Pango. Was Lucky Like.
There's a few names there. It cost a bit to get a name change.
But yeah, now I'm Kai9. K9 for short. My background's in tourism, business, and gaming. So my rugby level is a bit low, but I just want to bring in that different kind of dynamic to the stream.
Yeah.
What about you, Ren? What's your background in
I like
your-
how
what's
you're
your
talking
small-
into your mic like this.
what's your humble rugby experience, man? Humble,
Yeah.
as humble as it can be.
As humble as it can be. Well, I was born into a rugby family. Nah, but
Born and bred by day one, I had a rugby ball in my hand.
I was kind of born into a rugby family. My dad played rugby. His name's Carlton, and he's obviously over at the World Cup right now commentating.
What a stench.
Yeah, bro. How are we not there, eh? My dad can't even hook us up, but it's all good.
Bro, sometime, next time.
Yeah, my grandparents played rugby, so it was kind of in the genes. I really liked it, but I was brought up in a real small town. Went to school in Wellington. Brothers AB's clean sweep. I don't have no doubt in my mind. Bro, I think so. I think
Even up against Ireland?
I think if we cross over, we'll have a look at it later on, but if they cross over against Ireland, I think they're probably the new thorn in our backside, like how France used to be. I still think France is a threat, but I think Ireland poses more of a threat because in the last 3 or 4 times we've met Ireland, we've lost twice.
Ooh.
So they're the team that seems to be able to do it on a yearly.
Get that dirty damage down.
Yeah, is be able to beat. Oh, I know they must have the recipe to beat the All Blacks, but the only thing is, they don't have the recipe to beat everyone else. So it's going to be interesting. Wales won in the Six Nations, and they were doing well there, which is the competition that Ireland's in. But Ireland's not doing well against those teams. So if they play against them and not make it to the quarters or semis, I think it's a done deal. But if we meet them in the quarters, semis, or final, I think it's going to be up in the air, to be honest, Ben. But bro, I like your spirit. I definitely back you. Minnie May Roberts Tenana, MahiDogs. Shout out to Minnie May. Man, she's got a good last name. Old Man Gaming. Thanks, brother. Thanks for
Let's see.
for liking our stream.
Liking the stream, brother.
Yeah, it was good to see your content last night. Was it last? Yeah, no, 2 nights ago. Sorry. Yeah, bro. But yeah, that's my background in rugby pretty much.
Man.
I play rugby at the moment up here in Northland for the Tunnies.
Ooh, the tunnies, bro.
Yeah.
Up the tunnies.
Up
Yo,
the
tunnies
tunnies,
want to
up the
sponsor.
tunnies.
Sponsor young
bro,
man.
hard. Sponsor us, bro.
Oh, killed it. Old Man Gaming. How are you, bro? How's your night going?
But yeah, a little bit of knowledge on rugby, eh? A little bit of knowledge.
So we've got some good different perspectives coming in. I'm just coming in with the mindset of I like this team, rada.
Yeah.
All right, so should we jump into it?
Yep. Jump into the first. Whoa. Sorry, that was me.
So should we look at the pools? Let's have a look at the pools,
All right.
yeah?
Yep.
Hey, you guys like that shit? You
That
like
was smooth.
that shit?
That was smooth. That was smooth. I like it.
All right, let's look at Pool A.
Yeah.
So we got Ireland, Japan, Russia, Samoa, and Scotland.
Who's your top two? From
Right,
that
you
pool?
know me. You know me.
Japan? If I'm thinking you, I'm thinking Japan.
We go in Japan. Japan and Ireland. I really enjoy these two teams.
Yeah.
Japan, just because of the big upset last
That was unreal.
far out. I'm hoping for a good, at least a good placing. I mean, they've got Samoa, Russia, Scotland. No hate to those other teams. Or no, what the hell is Russia doing there? But I'm backing Japan. But the last 2 or 3 World Cups,
Yep.
Scotland has just like rolled over Japan.
Yeah.
So it's more likely going to be Ireland, Scotland. But
Yeah.
I am
That's a fair
definitely
prediction.
I am definitely Ireland, Japan, and then maybe Samoa, and then Samoa, Scotland, and then Russia.
Yeah.
Those are the tiers that I'm looking at.
I think if I had to predict, I'd probably go with my money would be on Ireland and Scotland, either or, first or second. If you go on like stats and I think history, but I actually have an outside bet that I think Samoa, like I really hope Samoa can get up there into those top 2.
The bro James.
James Henry Laupepe, sup brother, sup bro. No boxing tonight, eh? Thanks for joining our stream again, bro. He's been jumping on a lot lately, actually. He was one of the bros that was hitting me up about all the gear and stuff that we've been using.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nigs.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Pardon?
Is that Nigs?
Nah.
Samoa. Oh, you know it.
Yeah, bro. Samoa, bro. And because, like I was saying before the beginning of the stream, like a lot of the Pacific Island nations, they don't have the funding. It's like I think it come out that they make $100 a day.
Man, that's rich.
And they're giving up professional contracts over in England and or like Ireland and France to go home and play for their country. If they can really put out a statement in this World Cup, I think it might change the perspective of, you know, those 6 nation countries to hopefully let them come home and play for their country, but still get their wage that they're earning overseas and not have to choose. I think it's a bit tough.
That's a tough decision to make, man. You got to feed the whānau,
Yeah, exactly.
but at the same time, you know, it's the
Yeah.
motherland.
And I guess it's just business for those big corporations and companies, eh? But
So who was your
Ireland, I
predictions
think,
for Pool
are
A?
going to top Pool A. And statistically, I think Scotland.
Statistically, what do you think? What do you feel, mate? In your heart?
I think it's an educated guess that Scotland will go second. But my fingers are crossed for Samoa. I hope Samoa scrape in
Bro,
second.
what about
man.
Japan? Japan is hosting it this year. What about my boys, Japan?
I feel it, but
They got the heart.
my heart's with. I think Samoa, bro. I really do. I really feel
Samoa.
that they should be there.
Another small country just like us, man.
Yeah.
Brothers in arms. All right, let's move on to Pool B.
Yep.
All right, how about this? I always go first
Yep.
because I don't really have the best knowledge of each team. And then you can come through and do the big statistics.
Angel, jump up. Your mother wants to see you.
All right, so in Pool B, we have Canada, Italy, Italia, Namibia,
Yep.
New Zealand, and South Africa.
Yeah.
Well, that one's a bit of a no-brainer.
Well, who do you think's gonna go first and second?
Namibia. We're looking at New Zealand, obviously top. South Africa, they had a few drug busts, didn't they, in their team?
Did they?
Wasn't there a few people that had, like, someone in the chat? Does anyone know that if they had a few drug busts in their team, like
We'll check out
a
the
few
news
of
later. Anyway,
not like crystal, but like performance enhancing.
performance
drugs.
enhancing drugs, some PEDs.
Yeah, I heard a couple. There was a big group of them.
No wonder why they're so big and massive.
So yeah, New Zealand, South Africa, Italia, and then Canada and Namibia down on the bottom.
Yeah.
Namibia.
That'll probably be in that order too. Margin Boss, chew the cuzzies, James Henry Laupepe, chew about that Muay Thai tonight, but I'm keen to bet it. Oh, bro, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But sometimes, we just got to get out of bed, bro. Go choke someone out, and then come home. Nah.
Benjamin Armstrong, first game AB/South Africa, 35-14. Remember these numbers, boys. Bro, we're coming back next week. If we are going to, when we
review our week 1 predictions, we're gonna take that down, bro. Anyone that wants to put down their week 1 predictions, point scores. If you get close, we'll put it up on the chat next week, and we'll say who won. There's no prize.
Oh, sorry.
There's no prize, but we just want to see. We just want to see who will get the closest prediction.
We're going to hold it to you, bro. We'll see you next week. We're going to do this each week for the Rugby World Cup. We'll
do a review and preview. Preview of the week coming and a review of our last week's predictions. Yeah. I think, New Zealand. I don't know if it'll be 35-14. I think it might be a little bit closer. Only because when you look at the team, like we'll talk about the teams later, but you look at the team that's starting this week, a lot of them are new. Like you see George Bridge, Sevu Reece, they had a good Super Rugby season, like Joe Moody starting, all those players. There's not heaps and heaps of experience. Richie Moanga, first time starting in a World Cup. Bowden Barrett at fullback. They played well against Tonga, but you see them the week before against... who did they play a week earlier? I can't remember who they played, but when Richie and Bowden were both playing, Richie at 10, it was a bit up in the air. It wasn't as clean of a transaction. Oh, what is it? No, transition as I would have thought. But I still think the All Blacks are going to come out on top. South Africa will come second in the pool.
In Pool B?
Yeah. Italy will probably come third. Canada and then Namibia, but I think Italy and Canada might push each other quite well. But I still think Italy, just having that experience of playing those top tier nations, even if they are getting smashed every year, they're still playing like the Frances, the All Blacks,
that's true,
so they're getting the good competition, but they are getting a hiding every now and then.
All right, Pool C. So we've got Argentina. Is Argentina? Argentina.
I think you say Argentinian if you're talking about a person.
That's what I was getting.
New Zealander?
That's true. It's Argentina.
Yep.
Argentina.
Yeah.
England, France, Tonga, USA. Man, this is a bit of a tough pool.
Yeah, that is a good pool, actually.
Argentina, England, France, and Tonga. USA. I'm keeping my eye on USA. USA. They've got the facilities. They've got the money. They've got the naturally built athleticism.
Yeah.
These guys, I reckon, could be real dominant in rugby. They don't have the experience or the
well, that's the only thing. But they're growing.
Yeah. Or the structure. They don't have the structure for it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do much this year. I think they might be upset with them, maybe. I'm thinking.
That could be the upset of the tournament coming out of USA.
But the other four, these guys are four strong competitors that we've seen constantly.
Yeah.
Day one, Argentina, that's me. I think it's going to be between them, sorry, that's pretty sexist of me. To out a whole country and call them him. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot from England or France, and Tonga, they're just like, they've known the game for a long time.
Yeah.
So is those other three. So that's why it's a bit like, Argentina, England, France, Tonga, USA.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Argentina because I'm biased towards them. They're my underdogs.
Esileli Tuangafasi has followed, Carl Tianana and Korori Takako has followed. Thank you, brothers.
Oh, Carl Tianana, bro. Share it out, bro.
Don't be a sponge, bro.
Take your bro, Sonny, bro.
What do I think? I think England are going to top.
England?
Yeah. England are going to top that pool.
Fair enough.
England have been doing really well coming towards like the beginning or the end of their warm-ups towards the World Cup. I think they smashed Ireland like 40-something.
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is Ireland just like an anti-All Black team?
They could be. They could be just like how France used to be. Like France never used to beat like everyone, and they never used to be like world dominators. During that time where they come to the World Cup in 2011, they weren't like what was it? They weren't doing very well in the did they even play in the Six Nations? I think they might. Yeah. Or in those competitions, they weren't doing very well. But then they come into the World Cup and then they get smashed by the All Blacks in pool play. Happen to make it to the final, and then the final score was like, what was the final score? 8-7
To who?
to the All Blacks.
Oh.
So they got a try under the post, converted like 7 points. That was towards the end of the game. We got a try at the beginning, missed the kick. Stephen Donald comes on, penalty right in front, like wonky ass kick, but gets it, and we end up winning 8. I think it was 8-7 against France, who we smashed in pool play. They were just like that team. They just knew against the All Blacks. They knew how to, I don't know, pull something out of the hat. But I still think England are going to top that pool. It's hard for France and Argentina, only because Argentina have made super big strides like in the last couple of years, playing in the Southern Hemisphere comp. So now they play in the Rugby Championship, which is South Africa, Australia, us, and Argentina. And they haven't been getting smashed, and they've gradually always gotten close to either beating South Africa or Australia, and they finally beat them in the last couple of years. So I think stylistically, maybe Argentina over France. But it could go vice versa. Yeah. And then I hope, USA or Tonga. USA or Tonga can cause an upset against Argentina or France.
One of those teams, that'll be good. Those upset games are the best.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my prediction for Pool C.
Awesome. All right, Pool D. Pool D. We got Australia, Fiji, Georgia?
Yeah. Oh,
Uruguay?
P.S. Actually, I think Pool C is the pool of death.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, I was thinking Pool C is definitely the pool of death.
I think it's the pool of death.
Georgia, Uruguay, and Wales. This pool seems like a pretty easy to pull. I'm not gonna lie. Apart from Australia and Wales. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying those two teams have been, I don't know,
they're consistent. I think they consistently make it to the finals most times, or they make it to the quarters anyway. I think they make it out of their pool most World Cups. But there is a team there that I can see.
MahiDog, Cody Pool.
A team that maybe an outside chance. But
who?
Fiji.
Yeah.
Fiji.
You think Fiji? I've got Australia and Wales. Australia was there in the finals last time, so maybe they're a bit more than. Actually, I'd say Australia, Wales, Fiji, and then the other two can fight it out. Yeah,
I think I agree with you. I think Australia and Wales is just, it's too hard to go against those teams. I think the odds are just not there for Fiji to really get through, especially now that they're missing their biggest name in Nemani Nondolo, which is one of their wingers who was the star of the last World Cup when they beat England.
What happened?
Well, he's retired from international rugby. Had to, because it's similar to what happened with the Samoans and all those other Pacific Island nations. If they come back and play for their country, they lose their contracts over in England, France, or Ireland. And that's where they make their money, and I understand, but he's one of their biggest names, biggest draw cards, and he's not there. So I think without him, they might be finding it tough, but they do have heaps of firepower. And Fijian rugby is just so unpredictable, you just can't shut it down. When they turn it on, they can beat anyone. So I think, Australia, Wales, Fiji, Uruguay, Georgia. But I hope Fiji proves me wrong and can. I want Australia and Fiji to go through. But Wales were the ones who won the Six Nations this year, which is Ireland, England, Wales, Italy, I think France, and one other country.
Damn, that's strong. There's strength right there. Yeah. I love how confident you were when you said Georgia, Uruguay.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think Georgia. I think no. Didn't I say
I always see Georgia. I always see Georgia around. I'm like, where the hell is that?
Must be I think maybe European countries. Georgia over there, like Russia, Georgia. I don't.
Someone shout us out where the hell this place is.
Don't quote me and say, "Oh, he said it was in Europe," but I think that's where it is, over those ways somewhere.
All right, so we're taking the top 2 or top 1 of the pools, and then just seeing how that will play out, and then like we're gonna get like a semis or like a, what do you think for the semis and what do you think for the grand final?
Okay, yep, we'll go top two.
Top two,
because
and
then
then
it
those
goes
two
quarters, semis, finals.
All right, so we'll go quarters. So then, but that's the same pool, eh?
Yep.
So out of these ones, obviously I'm going down with Japan.
Yep.
We're going down with Nippon. No. Statistically, I know it's going to either be Ireland or Scotland. No, I'm going to stick to my guns. We're going Ireland, Japan.
I
believe this is the year of Japan this year, boys.
Yeah, I'll go Ireland at 1 and Scotland at 2.
Okay. Safe decision. We're going to decide. Are we going to follow our own pools?
Yeah.
Are we going to decide that after we go through? Or
Yeah.
should we go? Okay.
Nah, because the crossovers will be A crosses over with B, C crosses over with D, and then you go from there.
All right, so we got Pool B. Well, we've got New Zealand and South Africa. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to change their ones.
Number 1, New Zealand. 2, South Africa.
Yep.
Pool C. This is the hard one. Definitely going Argentina.
Yep.
And England.
yeah. I'll probably go England coming in at 1 and RG at 2nd. But
over France.
I'm looking at France, man. I'm looking there. I'm just looking there. Nah, I'm gonna go England 1, France 2.
Oh,
yeah. France always steps up in the World Cups, man.
That's truth.
They step up, but RG
I'm just going biased.
They've made big strides. They've made huge strides. So it's just so tough now.
All right, and then Pool D. Well, I'm going Australia, Wales.
Yeah, I'll probably go Wales at 1, Aussie
Wales
at 2. Yeah,
Wales
at 1, Aussie at 2. Mark my words.
Oh, you said it here. This is MahiDogs exclusive. Redmond 10 coming up with the Wales and then the Australia. You hear that, Australia? Suck my big ass.
You hear that, boy? Let's go.
Where's your concert?
Margin Boss. Mainstream layout boys looking very Tim Della Get Wash. Me Mahidogs, shop brother.
Shop brother, Margin Boss. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go check him out. He's got Twitch, he's got Facebook, I think.
Yeah,
got YouTube. He's more of a Twitch streamer, but make sure you go along Twitch and then
give him a like, give him a follow.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Alright. So now how are we gonna do this next part? How are we gonna figure out the quarters?
Yeah, if you maybe if you open another tab, it should have Rugby World Cup table layout, finals predictions or table layout.
Rugby World Cup quarters table layout.
Yeah.
This one? Maybe we won't. I'm scared to push images because something else might pop up. How about we just...
crossovers. Go crossovers, sorry.
Rugby World Cup.
Table crossovers.
Crossword. This one? If we can't find it, I reckon we just take the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
From whatever ones that we chose.
Fixtures, tables. Maybe go fixtures, tables, results. Yeah,
this
on
one?
there. Full stage.
I'm okay with that.
It should, if you scroll all the way down, it should have, there we go.
So quarterfinals.
Winner of Pool C versus runner-up of Pool D. So winner of Pool C.
Who the hell was that?
Yep. If you go there.
Winner of Pool C.
I had England. You had
Argentina.
So if you go and Pool D,
Runner-up
Australia
of
and Wales.
runner-up.
Oh.
I had Wales, so I'm up against
RG versus Wales.
Yeah, RG versus Wales. Well, both of these teams I do enjoy watching.
Yeah.
It's like seeing my own babies fight. I'm going to go with Wales on this one. I'm now going off of my route of love. And I'm going for statistics now.
Yeah.
Because if I went route of love, then I'll get Japan all the way to the top.
Yeah.
That's what I've got. So I've got the Wales coming through.
And then I think I've got England versus Australia. I've got England going in as 1 and Aussie as the runner-up of Pool D. I think England get over them there.
That's an upset right there, mate.
Like if you see the last game that Australia played against Samoa, who were really pushed by the New Zealand Heartland team. No offense against the Heartland team, but that's like they're not ITM and they're not Super Rugby. But Samoa got pushed against them, and then they come close to Australia right before the World Cup as their last game. I just think England's hit their straps, going and beating Ireland after losing in the Six Nations. Come to the World Cup, they've had a rigorous warm up this week in their trainings and preparation over in Japan. I just think they get the wood over Australia in the first quarterfinal there.
Just going through the prep before, eh?
Yeah, that's what I think. Although coming into a World Cup, everything can change because it's pretty much knockout rugby for the first game.
That's set in stone now.
Yeah.
All right, now we got winner of Pool B and runner-up of Pool A.
Oh, so
winner of Pool B was South Africa for me, and runner-up of Pool A was Japan. Was it?
Isn't it runner-up of Pool B and winner of Pool A?
Runner-up Pool A, winner of Pool B.
Oh, yeah. You got Japan.
Runner-up South Africa. Sorry. So what? Hang on, I'm a little confused now.
Winner. So All Blacks.
I'm gonna say South Africa because I want to watch the rematch.
I want to watch the rematch.
I mean, hopefully that'll be awesome. South Africa wins and they go up against Japan. Hell yeah, that'll be a game. That'll be like the game to watch. Yeah. I don't know. That's like.
That'll be the
that's like, that's somewhere down the odds.
They can bring back some demons for South Africa.
Yeah, man.
Going into that game.
I'd love to see that, but I did say winners for Pool B was New Zealand. My runner-up was going to be Ireland. No. My runner-up is Japan. So New Zealand versus Japan. I'm sorry to say, New Zealand sucked it because you're going to lose us now. No, okay, of course, New Zealand over Japan.
Yeah. Well, who have I got? I've got, I think, mine's not Japan.
Scotland.
But I got the All Blacks versus Scotland. And 100%, I know the All Blacks are going to beat Scotland. Right. Like, an educated man would know that as well.
S tier versus A tier, pretty much, eh?
Pretty much.
What's that, Richard? Shot boys looking tonight. Looking for what? Looking for some
thanks,
win?
Brother. They must have missed. Good, eh? Looking good, eh?
Good?
Looking good.
Nah, thanks, brother.
Alright. Thanks, brother.
Pool D. Winner of Pool D, runner-up of Pool C. Winner of Pool D.
Oh, yeah.
I put Australia. Runner-up of Pool C. I put England. Yeah. England, Australia. I'm going for England for the same reasons that you had.
I think I've got. So who have I got? I've got Wales here. Eh? Wales going in as the winner of Pool D, and going up against France, the runner-up of Pool C. I don't know. I just like France, bro.
Didn't Wales beat France before?
Yeah, but that's not in a World Cup.
True. The pressure's there.
Yeah, and France have shown, like I said, France have shown World Cup after World Cup that they can beat the best teams on their day in a World Cup.
Just not show up for the finals.
Well, not that final, but they're showing up for finals before. Semi-finals, they kicked us out. But,
I remember that one. I was awake for that one.
Yeah. I think France, even though they're going to be runners-up of Pool C, when it comes to knockout football, France always find a way to win. Always. Apart from the final, obviously, in 2011. But I choose France over Wales in that quarterfinal.
Nice. And lastly, winner Pool, runner-up of B. Winner
of Pool A and runner-up of Pool B. Winner Pool is runner-up B.
Winner of Pool A, runner-up of Pool B.
Yeah.
Winner. What do I have? I had Ireland for winner of.
Yeah, Ireland, South Africa.
Ireland and South Africa. Give us all be South African. No, I can't.
Right.
If you want to get
your petty
then you come down to the braai.
In South Africa, we have a braai.
That's lekker.
That's how we say kapai in South Africa.
Alright.
That's not racist.
Ireland versus South Africa. This is what we were just talking about was this ad on the radio. And I don't know if this accent is an actual.
Yeah, or someone's putting on an accent, or if they are South African. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think as well.
I was
It kind of sounds put on, but
I thought it was a bit of a fake one.
yeah, I thought it was.
I thought it was done quite badly. Alright, for me it's Ireland versus South Africa. Ireland. Yeah.
I think I go with Ireland as well. Like they haven't really shown that they can push the Southern Hemisphere teams in a World Cup, but I think this could be their year. They lost to Australia, I think, the last time they were in the quarterfinal at a World Cup. Not the last one, the one before, in New Zealand. I don't even know if they made the quarters in the last World Cup. But I think Ireland.
Right.
Yeah, Ireland.
So our semis are looking. Wait, who the hell's Q?
Quarterfinal 1, so that was the winner of Pool C versus runner up of Pool D.
Who did I have?
C. Winner. Pool C was you had.
I had Wales. So I had Wales versus
Quarterfinal 2. Oh, the All Blacks.
All Blacks.
Yeah.
Hands down for me.
Wales. Oh, so that means mathematically, Ireland can make the final.
If they go your route.
Yeah.
If they win all their games.
Yes. If they top their pool and they win their quarterfinal, where the crossover will not be against the All Blacks.
Ooh.
So it'll be Wales, All Blacks.
That'll be a ruthless finals right there.
And Argentina, England. Oh, Ireland, England. That's who I got. I think you've got pretty much the same as me. Ireland, England. Quarterfinal 3 and quarterfinal 4. So that's Ireland and and England.
I had Wales and New Zealand for my first one.
Yeah.
And then who did I have for my second one?
You had Ireland and you had England as well, didn't you? Pool C. Or did you go Argentina?
No, England. That's right. I went England. Ireland and England.
Who did I have France beating?
What's the difference now?
Oh no, that means we have in my one we have France versus the All Blacks in the semis, and we have Ireland England in the other semi. Oh man, that is tough for the All Blacks. Like, say they make the final, France are gonna batter us, they're gonna bruise us, they're gonna smash us. Then you come to a final, and it's tough enough us playing Ireland during the year once off. We've got a fresh team, everything like that. Now, we've got to go into a final. Players are bruised, players are wrecked, players could be out, and we've got to play Ireland for no one to beat us up front and then dominate us. And they've shown that they've got the Da Vinci Code to beat us.
That's tough.
Not saying the All Blacks aren't going to win. I think the All Blacks are still going to win the World Cup. I just think that is extremely hard. That is one of the hardest ways for us to win the World Cup.
So I had England,
Yep.
Ireland, and All Blacks. And it's funny how I say All
Wales.
Blacks, not New Zealand. Yeah. Even if they go up against Wales, the Wales are going to fight the dog.
Yeah.
They're going out swinging.
Yeah.
So we're going to get bruised and battered no matter what.
Yeah.
And because it's like up against All Blacks, they're going to be like, well, fuck, if we can
Yeah.
bring down these guys now,
Yeah.
help out the brothers over here.
Yeah.
So I've got New Zealand winning over here and Ireland winning over here.
Yeah. I think I've still got New Zealand beating France as well. New Zealand will beat France in that first quarterfinal. It'll be tough. And then I've got Ireland. No, I got England. England beating Ireland.
You got England beating Ireland.
All Blacks England final.
All Blacks Ireland final. That's final I'd like to watch. We lost.
I'd love to watch that.
We lost it at the start of the year.
Yeah.
So it's redemption for us. This is why we lost at the start of the year. We got in the mentality of we wanted to get that win off them again. This is the perfect stage.
Gotta
You
get it
that,
back.
That win off them.
But
What's that noise?
I just don't see. I don't know if I can see Ireland beating England after that defeat that they lost to them with just before the World Cup. Although one player, I think if this one player comes out for England and is out of the World Cup, Ireland definitely beat them.
Who's that?
Manu Tuilangi, he's centre for England. He pretty much destroyed Ireland by himself in that game.
How?
He's so big, strong, that people have to mark him, and that, like, majority of the times it's hard to mark him one-on-one. He's just so big and strong, and he's fast. The only thing that he was missing was a passing game and everything now, but even then, he comes to the line, even if you know the ball's going behind him, you have to mark him. Like, you can't just push off him, because that one time that you don't, and he gets the ball, he's going to score every single time, because he's just so big. What's that say? Super Saiyan Māori. Bro, this is a lit setup, G. I've never seen a live potty. Oh.
Thanks, brother. And on YouTube as well. Thanks, bro.
Unreal, brother. I was like,
we try our best.
We're happy.
We try our best.
Yeah. Manu Tuilangi is a beast. I agree. Leonard McDougall.
Leonard McDougall, who was I am the 70, who's supposed to be right here next to us, but want to get cucked?
Yeah, no, but yes, I agree, bro. He is a beast.
You know who I've been watching videos of at the moment? Shot Angel.
The real MahiDog.
I've been watching videos of Faf. Is it Faf?
Faf the Clerk. Yeah, he's real small, halfback.
Yeah, bro. Bro, what a beast. Bro.
He's like all of, like, I don't want to put it out there, but he'll probably be all of 85, 80 kg.
Just
he's
taking on,
smashing people.
Bro.
It's a David and Goliath moment, really. Like, when you see him a lot of the time, he's just so much heart and good, but it's good technique. Like, when you look at all of his stuff, when he tackles people, he's so small, but he gets so low, and he's got perfect leg drive and good technique that people, to get rid of him, you have to get lowest. And when you're so big, you're like lower sense of, what is it? Yeah, sense of lower. What is it? Yeah, sense of gravity. Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Your center of gravity?
Yeah, lower like, to get that low, you're going to be so off balance running forward.
Yeah.
And that he's just so low. It's like George Gregan when he tackles Jonah Lomu, or Peter Stringer when he tackled Jonah Lomu. They're just so small that they can get under their arms or fins and everything like that, because they're so big and tall that they have to get down to that height in order to get rid of them, and it's just almost near impossible. So,
very Leonard. But Ben Smith beats Manu. Remember that chase down?
I do remember that down in Dunedin. Ben Smith, Manu Tuilangi got I think it was a knock on, picked the ball up, beat a tackler, and was running down the sideline like gone for money. He was probably one of the biggest names in the world at the time, him and Julian Severe. And Ben Smith comes over, copybook tackle, just like his namesake, like Conrad Smith, just right around the bootlaces, bro. He actually started at the hips and then grabbed one of the legs, and then he was just tackling him, chopped them, stopped him before the try line, saved the try. But I think Manu still now is like developed. Ben Smith developed as well, but I think, Manu's just, I think he's still a totally different beast, and he can still change a game. And that was in a test match, and this is a World Cup. I think Manu steps up. If he steps up, England step up, they make the final. And then it's a huge final. Eddie Jones, Steve Hansen, coaches going at it. What else can you ask for?
Who's the bro?
Pennywise, you think Samoa will make quarterfinals? That's what I was saying to the bro Kai9 over here. I really, I hope Samoa can cause an upset against, who have they got in their pool? Samoa. Against Scotland. I think they don't beat Ireland, but I think they'll beat Russia.
They've got a good chance, actually. They've got a pretty good chance.
They beat Russia, and I think they've got enough talent and enough players to beat Japan. I just think their biggest hurdle is Scotland, to be honest. And if Scotland have a bad day at the office and Samoa do well, I think they can have an outside chance of going through to the quarterfinals, to be honest. But if you go on for and against and maybe the TAB bets, I think it's on Ireland and Scotland to go through. But fingers crossed, my heart's with Samoa. I really think, I'm not Samoan at all, But I think after all the news and everything that's come out lately about the islands, Pacific Island nations and what they're going through, I think they really need one of the islands to step up and make the quarterfinals and really make a statement at this World Cup to put them, not just put them on the map, because obviously they got good players from the Pacific playing for all the big teams like the All Blacks, England, and all those countries. But if they can do it without those players and still make it to the top, I think it'll make a huge statement into towards what they're really fighting for and equality in the rugby world.
Leonard, you missed out on our predictions
Japan
already,
and
bro.
Ireland, Scotland.
We've already passed that time, bro. You missed out on it. No way Japan and Ireland through if Scotland does poorly. Bro, you're half an hour late, bro. We went over that, bro. That was the first ball we went through.
Hey, you got these predictions. It's like you should have been here and just sitting here and added to the conversation. But no, yeah, we do appreciate it, Liam McDougall. We do. But I think Japan still has an outside chance.
Yeah. I mean, my heart's with Japan. After that last like World Cup, bro, I was just like,
that's so crazy. No one in their right mind would have expected Japan to beat.
I didn't even know they were playing until then I saw that thing. I was like, holy shit, what the hell's going on here? Yeah. They're going for it.
Yeah.
But I believe in Tonga, though. Mate mā Tonga.
Pull an upset.
They can pull up an upset. Oh, bro, he's in... Tonga is... Here's the thing. They're in pool...
They're in the pool of death.
They're in the pool of death, bro. They're in the pool of death.
Don't say my bad.
Yeah, my bad, boys. No.
But nah, not... Leonard, I would like try and back a team if there was some glimmer of hope, but against England, France, and Argie, I just don't see Tonga. I think USA, maybe not this World Cup, maybe in another World Cup.
I reckon not. If not next World Cup, the World Cup after USA is going to make a big imprint. If not this one, they'll make at least like an upset. Yeah,
but Tonga. Nah, I don't see. Maybe their upset could be beating USA. I don't know, and that's not really an upset.
I reckon they'll go up against Argentina and then maybe do an upset against them.
They did well in in the New Zealand when the World Cup was in New Zealand 2011. I think they almost beat, or they did beat, France.
Who?
Tonga, because Tonga were in our pool. Tonga, All Blacks. Argentina, France.
You know what I love?
What's that?
There was a report, not a report, but a article. Yeah. Put out a couple of days ago, and it was like 10 things to beat the All Blacks. And the number one thing was like, don't call them All Blacks, call them New Zealand, because All Blacks comes with like the name and the reputation. But if you say New Zealand, then they're just a small island. And I was like, that's kind of true. You know. And when you see me around, you say kind nine, and the big board.
So just call him Kai.
That's as far as I read though, because I was like, oh, you're a shit. Yeah. Scrolled on. Leonard,
my makes them a small island.
I think they can beat France and USA. They beat France in 2011, 10 years ago.
Yeah. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, I think they beat France in Wellington. I think that's where it was, Wellington, in 2011. But
come on, mate.
Like France lost to the All Blacks. Well, they could have lost to Tonga, and yet they make the final and almost win the whole bloody thing in the same World Cup. Yeah. So that's why
we won that one, eh?
Yeah, by 1 point. I'm pretty sure, it is. But yeah, I see what you're saying, but I just don't. I can't. I don't think it'll happen.
Alright. So that was our pool predictions. Yeah. At the end, I've got Ireland up against New Zealand. Yeah. And
I've got, I think scroll down again.
Oh, this is bronze final.
Yeah, that final. I think, I've got All Blacks England. All Blacks England. I just think England beat Ireland.
England beat Ireland?
That's the only one that changes for me. I hope Ireland proves me wrong. I'd love an Ireland All Blacks final.
Yeah, I would love that. If we can get that Mate mā Tonga. If they can get that, like that'll be the perfect. Like that's like the end of the love story right there. Yeah. Like We met up against Ireland. They beat us at the start of the year. We
Yeah.
fucking go through all this rigorous training. They went through rigorous training. They lost them, rada.
Yeah.
And then we get to the finals, the world finals, and we're like, yeah, we come for our title back.
Yeah. I think the cool thing about Ireland as well is that before last year, I think it was, Ireland had never beaten us, ever.
Fuck.
And then they beat us in America. They beat us in America, of all places. They almost beat us once. Aaron Cruden had a kick from the sideline, missed it, but they had an early chase, and the ref gave us another chance. He gave us
that's right.
And he kicked it, he got it. We probably should have lost that one. That one, but...
Don't be so weak.
I think,
Come on.
I still think England get through. But I hope, the one thing I don't hope that I get proved wrong on it is New Zealand losing to France in the semi-final. I really don't hope. I really do not wish that. I do not want to see the All Blacks lose to France again. But I think that'll be it. France, All Blacks in the semi-final. I hope we don't lose.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at these matches. What's our next?
First round of matches. First game will be right at the top, I think. First game of the Rugby World Cup on Saturday.
Are we going for?
So those are the first games.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, Friday.
No, both Thursday.
Should we just go up to Thursday?
Yep.
Where are we going up to? Wiz?
That's the
Maybe
the whole first round.
Which is the first round?
It should be
all of this.
Nah, go up and stop at. Go down again.
This.
Wait, go to the first game. Whatever the first game. Japan, Russia. See when Japan and Russia pop up again.
Russia's here.
And
Japan's over here.
Oh yeah, and that should be the end of the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be about the end of the first round, I think.
Japan versus Russia.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 10:45 p.m.
That's New Zealand time too.
Bro, you know I'm going for Japan. I don't know how much they're going to win by, but we're going for Japan.
Yeah.
Win by conversion.
I'm going for Japan as well. I think Japan beats them comfortably, maybe 30-something. But I think Russia get maybe 1 or 2 tries. It could be 30, or if I had to put a number on it, 33-15. 33-15 to Japan.
I'm saying 8-10.
Yeah.
Japan. Australia and Fiji.
Whoa.
My brothers.
This is such a tough game.
I really think the Fijians will come out flying in the first game. Whether their wings will be flying up against Australia, who knows? I will go with my gut instinct and have to say Australia.
Yeah.
And I'll be about maybe like 23-18, something like that. I don't even know if
I like it. No, that's good. That's good. I think I go Australia as well, although I know Fiji can cause an upset. I don't know if it'll be against Australia, but I know that they can. But I'm going with Australia. Am I going with Australia though?
It's up to you, bro. You want to be a trader?
I think I want. Yep. Yeah.
No, we won't. We won't remember how they win by, but we will remember who we chose.
Wins. Yeah.
So when we come back next week on Thursday, we're going to go through all like previous predictions and then make our further predictions from that.
Nah, I'm gonna have to go Australia. Yeah, I'll go Australia. Australia beats Fiji.
Sorry, my brothers.
26-20.
Oh, decent.
Yeah.
Oh, MahiDogs has liked your stream. Fire out.
Oh, Richard Busby, Tasha M. Tipene, Jeremy Toady, Lyric Brownlee, Lyric Joyce, sorry. Leslie Denita Puha has followed. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks all you guys for following and liking our stream. We really appreciate it. And we watch you got like. Thank you so much.
We do it
for
for you.
Yeah.
And ourselves, but mostly you. All right. France versus Argentina.
I get France on that one.
I get France on that one. Argentina. I'm going Argentina.
Yeah.
I reckon
your
they've
score?
got something to prove coming into this World Cup. I feel like they've always been a bit of the underdogs. I'm feeling they wanted to step that up.
I think the
I
score
can only hope.
would be close, but I think France gets over them 15-12.
That's it. Yeah. All right. New Zealand, South Africa.
This will be the biggest game in the first round, I think. Biggest game.
That's tough, man. Straight out the bat. Jeez. I'm going for an upset here. I'm going for South Africa. I'm going for my brothers.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it because we can afford in pool play to lose one game.
And if it's against them, then what happens, remember, is they don't go up against... they will go up against either England or Ireland, wouldn't they? They won't go up against France or...
they could do, yeah. They'll end up in the other pool, yeah, so they would come up against England or Ireland.
And then it might be a France and New Zealand finals. I like that. I haven't seen that in a while. I always enjoy the
I would hate that. I would hate that so much.
I can hear everyone now just being like...
Yeah. Leonard McDougall thinks France smashes. Oh, Argentina smokes France 40-12.
But no one cares what you think. You're not up on this podcast.
You should have been here. You put on so many comments. You might as well just sat right here how we set it up today. We didn't have to change it half an hour ago.
It's nice. It's actually nice.
Yeah, but nah.
Do you reckon they're going France is... Oh, Argentina smashes France. I don't know if they're going to smash it that much. 40-12. No way. No. I mean, I don't think France is that bad. Just like the Bray said, I think they turned it on really well during the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be... I think it's going to be quite close.
Yeah.
I would like New Zealand or South Africa. Are we still on that?
Yeah. So you went for South Africa. Are you staying with them?
You know what? I'm going to go South Africa because I want to verse France in the finals. Yeah. I want to see everyone tightening up.
Everyone taking the day off work, staying at home, got some beers just in case, and then we don't want stuff to hit the fan though. That could be, honestly, if we lost to France again in a final or in a World Cup, the whole country will be in mourning. The whole country will be in mourning. All the All Blacks won't return to New Zealand. They'll all go pick up contracts in Japan.
They all jump into the Japan team and
they
then
go play in Japan,
team.
France, Ireland. They don't come home. They don't come home to the next World Cup. Everyone's forgot about it.
You know what? I was always thinking, like, you know, if I do really well, if I create a good business and I move over to Japan, I'm going to jump into a club rugby over there.
As a smash people.
I haven't played in ages, man, but shit.
Yeah, surely, they'll be like, oh, this guy from New Zealand. They're all black.
Gonna go up against a team and it's just full of like other New Zealanders.
But no, I picked the All Blacks. I picked the All Blacks beating South Africa first game up. I don't think it's a hiding. I think it's close. It'll probably be something like 30-20, to be honest. Leonard McDougall.
Oh, it could be a draw, actually. I think it might be a draw.
Teams destroy. The only northern team I'm afraid of is Ireland. That's exactly what we were saying. Ireland have the code to beat the All Blacks and it's not like just a one-off. They've beaten us twice, so last year and the year before, so they can do it consistently. They've got the code, but if we meet them is the issue. France final would be a nightmare. Exactly. Honestly,
I like nightmares.
My heart would race so much watching that game. But if we won, then it's the flip side to what happens if we lost. If we lost, the whole country's in war. If we win, the whole country is partying Mad Monday, Mad Tuesday.
I don't even know if anyone's going to come into work on that.
Nah.
I'm not even handing in my sick leave. I'm just expected not to be.
The boss is not even there as well. No one's coming in, bro.
All right, let's move on. Italy and Namibia.
Yeah.
Namibia.
I get Italy in that one. Italy beats Namibia comfortably. It could be a bit of a hiding, that one. I think it could be a bloodbath. 40 plus.
100 plus.
40 plus. But Namibia played the All Blacks in the last World Cup and they scored a try.
Good on them. We may lose, yeah? But at least we...
Oh, wait, where you going with this one?
All right, Ireland versus Scotland.
Ooh, that's another tough one.
Yeah,
That's
man.
another
These
big
guys
game.
are just tough crackers, bro. They're just like, boom.
Yeah. I think Ireland.
Ireland?
Yeah. I choose Ireland. On the
Purely.
Six Nations, on form, Ireland, I think, beats Scotland. The only way Scotland beats Ireland is Ireland shows up in the same mentality that they showed up to against England in the last warm-up before the World Cup. They don't have Johnny Sexton, Conor Murray gets injured. Then I think Scotland can beat Ireland. Other than that, I don't see Scotland.
I'm with you on that one. I think if Ireland come in thinking that their goal is for New Zealand, that they will lose.
Yeah, they think too far ahead.
If they're thinking too far ahead, they will lose.
Yeah.
If
Totally
they're thinking in the now, like, oh, yo, let's go, we got Scotland. And they
Yeah.
don't, and if they don't
Underestimate.
underestimate,
Yep.
or underestimate,
Underestimate.
Scotland, then they'll be good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Ireland here.
Yeah.
England versus Tonga.
This is what Leonard wants, the upset. He wants the Tonga upset over England.
Hey, blood's right there as well.
Yeah.
England and Tonga.
I think that one's another bloodbath, to be honest. I think England really hit their straps against Tonga. They've beaten Ireland, who won the Six Nations, by 48 points to something. I don't even know what it was in the end. And then they're coming up against Tonga. I'm not sure who they had in the warm-ups leading up to the World Cup. I think England get almost close to half a century, to be honest.
Half a century, you reckon?
Yeah. Leonard McDougall, Scotland has a solid World Cup run last time too, but I'd give it to Ireland. You're just pretty much agreeing with me. Tonga wins close game 20-18. I love your spirit, Leonard. I love where your heart is, but I doubt it'll be that close, bro. If you put $20 on that at the TAB, I think you'll get paid out a couple $1,000s if that does come out.
All right.
Who we got there? Wales and Georgia.
Wales and Georgia, without a doubt, Wales.
Yeah, I think exactly the same. And I think the same as England, like I said, and Italy with Namibia. I think that one's going to be another high-scoring game. I would like to see, like England and Wales, if they do get a lot of points on the board early, start to try different things and start throwing the ball around instead of being conservative and sticking to their systems. I'd like them to try and do something out of the box so that when they come up against the likes of the All Blacks and South Africas and the Australias, that we know that they do have some like shots to fire and that they can pull trigger against big teams. But I'd like them to show a little bit of form in those earlier games and try and throw the ball around a little bit.
We're doing big things. I'm going to go... Where are we?
We're at Wales, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, I've already gone.
Yeah.
Wales.
Russia versus Samoa.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Samoa. Definitely 100% going Samoa against Russia. That's actually a good start for them, I think. Like a good confidence booster going into some later, harder games. And then still working on their chemistry too. I think that's the one thing. They've got a good squad. Like when you look at their team on paper, they've got a really good squad. But it's if that squad can build that chemistry before it's too late. Yeah. That's what they need. They need to build that real good chemistry between. I think Tusipisi is going to start too. Tusipisi is huge. is huge for them. He's their playmaker. He's their sheriff. He's the one that gets them around the paddock, puts them in the right spots to pull trigger. And then they got the likes of Tim Lanai-Williams, Ed Fidel. Who else they got? Ray Lilo, Arsi Tuala. Who else? They got strengths all over the field. I think, yeah, if they hit their straps, they could pull an upset later on in the tournament. Definitely choose Samoa.
Fiji, Uruguay.
Yeah.
I almost said.
What did you say?
I almost said like, Uganda.
Whoa.
Because they got...
Is that what Uruguay and Uganda put together? Hey, Uganda.
Was this Fiji's first time playing?
Yep.
No, they played Australia.
Oh, but it's Uruguay's first time.
Okay. Uruguay's pretty fresh. Fiji just coming from a loss from Australia, looking to get the win. Spirits are high. They know they can beat Uruguay. Oh, shit.
Uganda. You just got it stuck in your head now.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
So I'm putting Fiji.
Yeah.
Fiji.
I agree on that one. I got with Fiji that game as well. End of the first round. I think Fiji put on a show and they smashed Uruguay
I reckon this is
by 40 points. They don't even come close.
I reckon they really put on a show on this one.
Yep. And they give the fans what they want. I think that's the last game of the first round because then it goes into Italy, Canada, which is obviously already played before, and Uruguay were the last team to play.
To me,
Tim Nanai is a beast. He is a beast. If you've ever seen Tim Nanai Williams when he played in the New Zealand comp, he's the one when he's a fullback by trade, so he's an outside back. They put him in at centre against the Highlanders. This was true story. Ma'anonu, All Black centre at the time. Ben Smith, All Black fullback at the time, or right wing, sorry, at the time. Tim Nanai Williams gets a bounce pass from Aaron Cruden. Gasses Ma'anonu on the outside, like makes him look like a rookie. Goes straight through one-on-one with Ben Smith, probably like the best outside at that time too in the world. One-on-one, jumps up, goosies him, later bolt, gasses him, ends up getting a hat-trick in that game. He was sick, spewing up, sore stomach that whole day at the beginning of the morning, comes out and gets a hat-trick, plays one of the games of his life against the Highlanders who were stacked. But yes, I agree, he is a beast, but after their last game, and his outing, he actually played really well, but if they click, I think they'll do really, really well.
I think we're almost wrapping up. Italy versus Canada. Man, I didn't know Canada played.
Yeah, Canada. I still choose Italy. Yeah, definitely. Still choose Italy. Italy gets that one over Canada.
Easily.
Yeah.
England, USA. I reckon this could be the upset one. I reckon I would like for this one to be the upset. Yeah. England is going up against Tonga first and then USA. Tonga's, heavy hitters. If they hit you, they're going to hit you hard. USA, these fellas are made up of muscles and just gym work, so you're going to get hurt if you go up against these guys as well. So England's got a bit of a rough ride. I reckon whoever's versing England third will have an easier shot. But I am going with England on this one. I would like USA to do an upset, but England.
Yeah, I think I go with England as well.
Actually, you know what? I reckon USA should win purely because it will hype their country up. Then EA Sports will see that and then bring out a new
and then bring out another rugby. Right. EA Sports, if you're watching
2020,
Rugby 08 wasn't enough. we need another one. 2020 Rugby 2020.
Rugby 2020. Please USA. Please make your mark.
Begging you. Anyone that's ever played Rugby 08, Rugby 06, Rugby 05, you guys know how good it was when EA Sports made the game. Like, I'm not firing shots at Rugby Challenge, but God,
I am.
That is shocking. That was one of the worst games. Had the most unrealistic offloads. It was ugly. I didn't like it whatsoever. It was not good.
On the ground.
Yeah, you're pretty much on the ground, and then just
walkers flying out to the
what?
right.
But I think I like that USA have the facilities. And the one thing with USA, and the same as Japan and China and all those places, they're coached well and they're coachable, so they can learn and they do things exactly to a T. But the one thing that USA can't do, that I think is something that us as New Zealanders and Australians and English and all that can do, is play rugby. So you can stick to a system, but then say the picture changes, you can adapt and take that hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're moved to create confusion in the midfield, but the hole's here, we'll take that hole. But some teams that are coachable and just do things how it's meant to be and inside the system, if they call a move to try and deceptively make a hole there, but the hole's here, they'll still run the move a lot of the time. So I think that's the type of team that USA is. But
need someone quick on their feet, eh?
Yeah, or just like a good mouldy fella. Playing at 10? Nah.
Someone who's still looking for their visa.
Yeah, someone that needs a visa that can run the game. Leonard McDougall, He whacked Sunnyville and NZ versus Samoa game for you. He did.
We're still talking about that fella.
He did. Tim Nana Williams, he did. He whacked him, gassed. I think they scored off that, I think. And they are cousins, actually. Sonny Bill and Tim Nana Williams.
Argentina and Tonga. Mate ma Tonga.
That's the start of the second round, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we'll leave that for next week.
Yeah.
Alright, that was a bit over time that I think. Oh no, it's about 5 minutes. But yeah, that was our predictions for this week's games coming in. We gave our total, what we think, who we think is going to take out the top. We gave out who we think is going to take out their first games. You got any last words, my man? Just around rugby and all that.
I think good luck to all the teams.
Of course.
Good luck to all the teams. I know
Japan
it's hot
tomorrow.
over there.
Let's go. Japan and Russia tomorrow. I'm buying me a box just for that.
Yeah, gonna watch the opening ceremony. Gonna take it all in. See how it goes. But
we'd love to do a reaction video, but Facebook's too good at picking us up.
Yeah, it's too hard to stream and watch it at the same time. But yeah, good luck to all the teams. Everyone that's watching. If you like our content, like, follow, subscribe, and share. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and we've got an Instagram as well.
We're looking for our content creator to do our stuff
to help us out.
So if you're looking to be a MahiDog and not get paid, make sure you hit us up.
Yeah, hard. Experience, eh?
Yeah, experience. We're looking for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Same for me. Good luck to the teams tomorrow. Good luck to Japan, Nippon. Ganbatte.
Bro, one thing I will say, Japan, you better not come out and do a bloody haka, bro. That's all. I've just been seeing all these hakas over there, man. I like it, but, you know,
keep to your culture.
Yeah.
You do come out with a samurai sword or something, cut some people up. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. We will be coming back Thursday next week, 6 o'clock. That's Thursday next week, 6 o'clock, same time to go through previous and next predictions.
Yep.
So we'll be doing this throughout the Rugby World Cup. We'll be also doing a few other things throughout the week, hopefully, like rugby trick shots and anything rugby related is going to be on at the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching our podcast. This is our first podcast. Thank you very much.
First podcast ever.
Thank you to all those that joined. Thank you for all those followed and liked our stream. Make sure you, as we said, like our Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We're going to be slowly moving our videos to YouTube and slowly our streams to Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, mate. Thank you all for watching.
Yo.
This is a good podcast. We had some good engagement.
Peace.
Peace.
Yo, what's that?
Post-stream.
Oh, we're still streaming.
See you all.